Greetings. My name is Asad Ali Joffrey, and I'm speaking to you as the director for Words, Beats, and Life's Towards 2040 Creative Leaders Fellowship. Today, I'm going to walk you through the application process for what is now year 3 of this fellowship. We'll start by going to wblinc.org/towards 2040. Here, you can read a little bit more about the fellowship and see if it's a good fit before deciding to apply. You'll see that we're recruiting artists, arts administrators, cultural workers, arts educators, and community organizers that are based in the DC, Maryland, Virginia region, which means you can be based anywhere in DC, Maryland, or Virginia and still apply. The fellowship will begin in November of 2024 and end in July of 2025, and we expect fellows to be able to commit for this entire 9-month period. Fellows will participate in monthly in-person creative solution sessions, skill development, one-on-one mentoring, and work together on the 2025 Words, Beats, and Life Festival that takes place in April of 2025. Each fellow will also receive a $5,000 stipend. Applications are due on August 30th, and if you're interested, I would suggest starting as soon as possible. But before you click on Apply Now, I would recommend going down to the next section, which is titled, What is Our Vision for the Year 2040? If you click here to explore the vision, you'll come to a document titled Envisioning 2040. This document came about in 2020 when we were thinking about what was in store for the next 20 years, not only for Words, Beats, and Life, but for hip hop as a whole. We convened a global think tank and came up with a number of outcomes that we would like to see in 2040. It's important to review this document before you start applying because it will come up in the application itself. Once you've done that, you can go to the next section as well if you'd like to learn more about who the cohort was for the previous year. You can read bios, watch a recap video for cohort 2, and if you scroll down, you can even read a little bit more about cohort 1. Going back up to the application, when you click Apply Now, you'll be taken to a Google form, which has the fellowship application. Here you can review the criteria of being at least 21 years old, based anywhere in DC, Maryland, or Virginia, self-identify as an artist, educator, cultural worker, arts administrator, or community organizer in the hip-hop community. Connect your work to the vision for 2040 and commit to the full fellowship from November 2024 through July 2025. If you do end up having more questions, you can always email me directly at the email address provided. The first part of the application is pretty straightforward. It'll ask you for your name, your email, your phone number. Those are required. And then it'll ask you a few more questions so that we can commit to having our fellows reflect the diversity of the hip hop community and the world we live in. It'll ask where you live, where you call home, how you describe your race and or ethnicity, how you describe your gender, your age range, and if you have a self-identified disability, impairment, learning difference, or long-term condition. Of course, if you choose not to answer these last two, that's completely fine as well. The next section asks you a little bit more about yourself. It asks you for a short bio written in third person of 250 words or less. This can be something that you already have created, that you just need to refine, or something that you need to create and use this as an opportunity to do so. The next question asks how you would describe your work as an artist, educator, cultural worker, arts administrator, or community organizer. This is different than your bio, which is general and about you as a whole. And this is really much more specific about the different roles that are mentioned here and how you identify as one or multiple ones of these and what that work looks like. The next question is much more specific about the 2040 vision and which statements within that vision resonate with you most. Here, we're asking you to select 5. Finally, It asks how your work connects to the vision for 2040. The next section is your personal statement. Here, we're looking for a personal statement in the form of a video, which should be under 5 minutes. This should be a way that you introduce yourself and describe why you are interested in this fellowship and why this is the right time for you to apply. You can simply paste a link to the video that can be uploaded as a private link on something like YouTube or shared on something like Google Drive or another file sharing platform. The next section is really about solutions, creative solutions that you may have that help our communities or hip hop communities or communities in general actualize the vision for 2040. This could be a project that you've already been working on or a project that just comes to mind newly as you're reading about this fellowship. There are two different ways that you can share this. You can add a file. Ideally, this would be something like a PDF or other document, or you can share a link to that creative solution or project. The next section is really about your experience, and this should be things that already exist. You can upload one or more of the following: a resume or a CV, work samples, portfolio, a website, or social media. You can add these as links. You can also attach them as files. Again, this is for us to know more about your creative work and experience. What have you done so far? And what will help us understand what you've done so far. Finally, it's going to ask two questions about the fellowship itself. One is, what do you hope to gain from the fellowship once it's complete? And two is, what do you hope to give as part of the fellowship once it's complete? Once you have that done, you'll just click submit and the application will be done. If you had to ask me what would take the longest time for this application, it's probably the personal statement video and the creative solution pitch. And I would recommend that you think those through, do a couple of revisions, and then get ready to submit the full application. Again, if you have any other questions, feel free to email me at asad, ASAD, at wblinc.org. Thank you and good luck.